Happy birthday, Nicole.
Even though it's past your birthday by the time this comes out.
Doesn't matter. I know she's listening. So there you go.
Does she?
She listens every week,
Oh,
and
okay.
she mentions to me if or not if she has been mentioned or not.
She doesn't say shit to me.
Well, fuck you. I don't know. I'm not involved in this.
Yeah.
Um, no, she mentions. She's like, "Oh, am I mentioned this week?" And I'm like, "I think so."
Yeah,
Sometimes I don't know.
why is there a third? Oh man, there's a new mystery. Although this time it's a bottle and not a can.
Yeah, it's
But there's a third uh, mystery-filled substance can on the windowsill. I don't like that.
I don't like the way you described it. Mystery filled substance container. Um, Another insane week of releases. I don't know how much longer these heavy schedules can keep up. But this week we got Disney Chrome,
Yes.
which I was kind of hoping for a little more like cool year of it. But as we discussed last week, it's first autographs of like Miley Cyrus, Johnny Depp, Raven Simone. Does Sabrina Carpenter have autographs?
Don't think she
She's
does,
in the
but
products
she's in
though.
the
So like
product.
you got four like heavy hitters for sure, and there's probably other content that we don't even know about.
Yeah. Plus, you have the already heavy hitters of like Tom Hanks, Tim Allen,
Idina Menzel.
Adele Nazim.
We said Owen Wilson's in it,
Yeah.
so like it's heavy. I mean, there's so much value in autographs in the product. We saw some megas ripped yesterday. It looks great. I like it. I forget. There was like a character that was pulled that I didn't recognize. There was also a Buzz Lightyear Color Match refractor pulled. It was like a
Yes. It
teal
was like
looking,
Peel Wave.
greenish something other. It looked cool. I don't know.
It was actually closer to an aquamarine.
Yes. And then yesterday was Die Nasty, which we didn't see any of that ripped in the store
No.
because it's like ridiculously expensive. Um, I remember back in my day when Dynasty was $500 a box. Actually, it might have been cheaper than that when it first. The first year of Dynasty may have been like 300.
I was gonna say like 350.
Yeah, it might have been the threes the first year they did it because I think the first year they did Dynasty was maybe like 2015 ish, like Chris Bryant's rookie year, maybe around there,
I
16,
don't
15.
remember.
Um, which it was still like people were complaining back then at it being like 350. Now it's like a 2,500, two thousand
Yeah,
dollar box,
it's.
$2,500 box or something.
I remember people complaining because one year they put Daisuke Matsuzaka in it, and I'm like, no, you guys don't understand. He doesn't have cards.
No, like he had whenever he was signed in 2008, he got like an upper deck short print rookie that at the time was like $100, and that was huge for a card like that at the time. Um, and it was just him holding the jersey at the Red Sox whatever they did like the announcement at the
Yeah,
time. That was a big card. Yeah, Daisuke. I don't. He. I think the only Daisuke autograph we've had in like even recent years is just like a. I think we had a random regular flagship tops non-numbered autograph with on like one of those ugly silver stickers, and it was like $100. And this is after he
did
had busted out of the league.
did we have the 2009 the upper deck? Jeter's on the front of the box.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a brownish box.
Yes.
I know he had autos in that.
Yeah, I think we had that. Not the card, but the box that it came out of. It's a Disney Chrome Dynasty Women's UEFA Tops Chrome.
Yes. Women's Topps Chrome Soccer. I can't keep up with all the leagues as to
No,
which one
like
comes out when and how many overlap and players are in this
and
league
like
and that
it's
league.
UEFA. So I don't know. Like I'm such a novice on soccer. Like, does every male soccer league have a women's counterpart, or are there
I
only
highly
certain
doubt it.
ones? Yeah. So like, are there only certain ones? I think EPL does. I don't know,
I
but
no EPL
this
does.
is just UEFA.
Um,
So I don't
yeah,
know. What does UEFA stand for? United.
United, Emirates,
It's not that.
they own
United.
everything though.
United equal. Football
It's
Association.
probably
It's
something
probably something
football.
Football
Yeah.
Association. United
England. English.
Everyone Football Association. Um, yeah, we probably got three of them right. Yeah, that's this week. This week is also Inception Baseball,
Yes.
which we've discussed. We like Inception Baseball. I like it, but we discussed we would like it in museum format with
Yeah.
one hit
Like
per
more
pack.
built out.
Yes, and I love Inception cards. Like I
Yes.
like just the base card. It is super nice. It was one of the first like premium stock cards that I can remember. I don't know what the first year of Inception was, but it's like early 2010s, like
Mm-hmm.
11, 12, somewhere around there. And I liked it more than Tier 1 because Tier 1 has the glossy surface
Yeah.
and there's there are like a lot of smudged autographs in there, whereas Inception's like matte finish has like those fun like splash color pops from year to year. I just like the card.
I'm still thrown off because it has nothing to do with the movie. I thought they would have tied it in by now.
And they should have a box within a box within a box.
Yeah, like you said, museum
Yes.
style.
Yeah, museum style. Um, NFL Cosmic Chrome, which we've discussed. Everything's getting cosmic. I'm not mad at it. I don't know how it's playing out right now. I do know like we've sold through a lot of Cosmic WWE because the price point is not insane. It's like around the same price point as regular Chrome. Um, NBA has been okay just because the upside's so huge on it. Cosmic NFL, I guess we'll see. I don't know. Obviously, we sold Cosmic last year, which was unlicensed, and it sold well, but it was also cheap. It was like a few $100 box. This one's 800 plus. Also, NBA Cactus Jack. I'm not the biggest Cactus Jack fan. As a hobby release, I appreciated it more when it was like an exclusive drop at an event. So it was like there wasn't a lot on the market. It was like it was all short printed cards.
Still, no.
If Travis Scott was not involved with it,
If Travis Scott was not involved with it, sure.
which I don't think
would,
he is
I
at
would
this
be a
point.
little bit more receptive to it.
Yeah, I don't know his involvement anymore. They might have just like bought the licensing to use the name or something. Which I hope.
I'm just glad that it's not super popular anymore compared to like when it first started because like people would trample other people
Well, the first
to try
one,
and get it because it was a Travis Scott product.
and the first one was an exclusive drop at Fanatics Fest. The first year of Fanatics Fest was Cactus Jack. Was it base? No, was it wrestling?
I'm pretty sure
I
it
think it
was
was just the wrestling. So they've built off.
Which I've
the-
already said why that's insulting.
Yes, it is. This means we're getting NFL Cactus Jack probably, being that there's an NBA one. And NBA stuff tends to be a couple months ahead of what they're doing with the NFL. And then
Now, give me Joe Cool instead. Give me the cigarette camel.
you're onto something.
Yeah.
I was at Get Go. I think someday this week. And I've never smoked cigarettes, but I looked at the prices. I'm like, holy shit! Like, how do people afford this? I mean, I guess if you look at it as like, all right, someone goes to Starbucks and they're paying $8 or $9 for a drink. They're gonna buy a pack of cigarettes for $10 too. I guess that is at least
Oh, you think you're better than me?
20 moments of happiness for whoever.
Hey man, I got extra money for my bad habit.
Unrelated, Nate smelled cigarette smoke the other day while he was doing yard work, and he messaged me and he was like, I really want a cigarette right now.
And I also
Once again,
have never smoked.
Nate has never smoked, so like I think it's the thing with people who don't smoke is like I'm disgusted by cigarettes. If I go in your house and it smells like cigarettes, it's repulsive to me. I grew up in a house that there was cigarettes smoked and stuff, but like if you're outside and I get a whiff, I'm like, huh. I like that.
Just straight up Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah, it's.
Follow the smell with your nose floating off the ground.
I think there might be like a difference between the smell of. Once again, we are not saying to smoke cigarettes. I think you should never do that. It's just like it's one of those smells. Like I like cigars. Lauren loves the smell of cigars. She would never smoke a cigar. Like there's certain smells that like gasoline, fresh cut grass. A fresh cigarette just smells good to me. I don't know why. I think, but a stale cigarette's the most repulsive thing in my life. Like, if you have a car that you smoke, I do not want to get in your car. If it's on your clothes, if it's on your breath, if it's in your house, I hate it. Um,
Quick public service announcement. Every cigarette you smoke is one that a kid can't. So remember that.
and remember that I said don't smoke them.
I'm not
Nate
saying to.
Nate works for a different
I'm
nonprofit.
not saying to smoke them. I'm just letting you know if you're going to, uh, you can maybe put a positive spin on it when people judge you.
Next week is another product called it's WWE Decades. It was an e-com drop in the UK, but we were able to source some in for next week. I don't know.
Cheerio.
I'm guessing it's gonna be. They would hate you over there. If you're listening from the UK, let us know if you like Nate. No,
Jog on.
I think it's like 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and it would be like there's like subsets.
That is how decades go.
No, but I'm saying like it's not like the only renderings I saw was 90s, but I think it is probably spanning like all WWE stuff. Series 2 megas are next week. We won't have a lot of those, so if you are looking to get Series 2 mega boxes, the like complete sets, and just have like a bulkier rip that's not crazy, I would try to get them probably close to drop, just because we don't mega is the line that we get the least of. The Decades is on the 22nd, Series 2, and Tier 1 are on the 24th. And I don't like that Tier 1 and Inception are coming out a week apart from each other. They should be on like opposite sides of the calendar.
I disagree.
Okay.
So Inception relies heavily on rookies.
Correct. And Tier 1's more legend.
Tier 1 is more legends, veterans, that kind of stuff. So if you have them coming out at the same time, you have something for everybody. Inclusion, Chad.
No. Go smoke a cigarette. And then UFC Knockout is next week as well. I like Knockout. Knockout is basically as we're talking about it, it's basically museum. I believe it's 4 packs per box. Every pack has an auto or relic. I think it's 2 and 2. I don't know that it's 3 and 1. I think it's 2 autos, 2 mems. Would have loved for that product to come out last week with the freaking UFC 250, and we were selling out of every UFC product last week. People wanted to rip during the fights. I did not watch the fights. I should have told Laura, we canceled our Walmart Plus account. It lapsed, and we didn't re-up it. I was like, we don't use it enough. Let's just get rid of it. And that is how we had our Paramount Plus for free, is because it was included in that. And then I tried to log on to Paramount, and it's like, enter your login information. I'm like, damn it, we got rid of our Walmart Plus account. And that's the only way I've been able to watch UFC. But I saw a lot of clips. The entrances were so cool. I don't know about you. Did you see?
They were pretty cool.
The coolest thing to me, though, is Justin Gaethje reading the Declaration of Independence or something. Wasn't that like what he was reading?
I don't remember.
He was reading.
He probably can't read it.
No, he was looking at it.
Okay.
He was looking at the Declaration of Independence, I think, or a copy of whatever was hanging there, and then he walks out and beats Taporia.
Which, speaking of the Declaration of Independence, I saw a video the other day.
Of Nicolas Cage.
No. I even showed you this video. Some guy, wherever England's football, football, soccer team is staying for the World Cup, this guy was going around getting them to sign a blank piece of paper. And so the team's signing it willingly and everything. And then he shows the camera, the other side of the piece of paper is the Declaration of Independence. So he just had all these English soccer players signing the Declaration of Independence.
Didn't some of them sign the actual front of it?
No.
They were all signing the back of it.
Yep.
Because what some people do too is they'll get blank sheets signed, and then there's a way to print a picture onto it. So like, people have sneakily done this who are graphers. There's certain images guys won't sign. Like Tyson won't sign the image of him biting Holyfield's ear off, I'm pretty sure. I think is it Robin Ventura won't sign the picture of Nolan Ryan beating the shit out of him?
Yeah.
He won't sign that. But what people will do is, I think Nolan will sign it. They'll get Robin Ventura just to sign like a blank photo paper, and then they'll print the photo. I don't know how the magic works.
Sidebar to the sidebar that we're already on. I hear this said way too often. if you've ever seen the photo of Nolan Ryan all bloody and everything, that is not from the
No,
Robin
that's
Ventura
it's
fight.
another fight, right?
No. So Ventura like didn't even get any
No.
blows in. But the bloody jersey picture of Nolan Ryan is actually he took a one bounce comebacker from Bo Jackson
Off his face.
off his face. It bounced off the ground, then hit him in the face. That's where that is from.
That can't feel good.
Eh,
No, Nolan Ryan, he probably like struck out everyone after that or something,
probably.
or probably hit the next guy just out of anger. We were just talking about that in the store. Sidebar, sidebar, sidebar. He we were talking about like just like pitch counts and like it's been talked about recently because Mizrowski doing the 94 pitch complete game and stuff. Nolan Ryan consistently pitched like in the high hundreds of pitches. He would throw like 160, 200 pitches, especially early on whenever he didn't have like much control and stuff. He would throw like two. I think there's some games where he was over 200 pitches and perfectly fine. His arm is fine. It's because he probably didn't do like any weight training, didn't do anything else. Was just like I'm a
Yeah, he
badass.
probably did like some weight training, but not like didn't have a pitching regimen.
12-ounce curls. I could see him just like working because whenever he was at Texas, I mean, there's so many pictures of him wearing like cowboy hats and stuff.
Yeah.
I could see him like he probably had a ranch or something.
Yeah,
Births a cow and then goes and throws like
he
a
birthed the cow,
yeah.
not delivered it.
I don't know much about babies.
He should by now.
See
but
we'll
we'll
see.
see.
The way that the cows work and how their bank account's set up.
The way the cow's bank account is set up.
I well, we're talking about the World Cup. We were. My brain's so messed up. I have a note to talk about the World Cup, and we were already talking about it. I've watched a little bit of it. I think it's absolutely insane that a nearly 40-year-old Lionel Messi had 3 goals.
Oh,
It's crazy.
Crazy.
He's like doing, like that's the equivalent of like LeBron putting up 60 points I mean, it's so hard to score in soccer already. So like 3 goals by I don't know if he's the captain of the team. I don't know like what if he's doing the normal minutes he would do. I mean, it's old, man. That's like these other kids are like 18 to 22 and he's 38, 39 or something up there. And he I mean, it's just crazy. I just think that what Lionel Messi's doing, bravo to the people who paid tickets to go to that game because they're seeing like they saw like an absolutely historic performance. And I paid attention a little bit just because I have a big Christian Pulisic card that I was holding for the World Cup, and he got hurt in the first game, and I hope it's not serious. And I haven't looked back because I'm afraid of them to say like, oh yeah, he tore a meniscus or something, and he's going to be out the rest of the World Cup. But
And they found out that he's not even American.
I mean, he's born in PA, I think.
I think so.
Pulisic is clearly like he has some sort of European nationality, I'm sure, but
That's not Native American.
I don't think so. Long pause. I'm not a historian.
It's not even close to.
I don't know names. All I know is skis are Polish. That's about it.
What about snowboards
They're from Colorado.
or Finnish, Swedish?
Yeah, I know. Or do they turn their nose up to snowboarding?
Probably.
They were like, oh, that's not. I don't know why I wanted to like fake having a cigarette. I'm like, that's French. See, I'm not a historian. I don't know much about this stuff. When I say this stuff,
So
I mean things.
we have determined today Chad is not a historian, and he also doesn't know anything about babies.
No, nothing. We I don't know if Nate has anything. I feel like you. Have
I enjoy watching the World Cup.
I
Just the atmosphere
I-
of the games and everything like that is so
I
just it
think
hits like crack.
I think I would like to go to a game. I want to go to a soccer game in general. I've never attended a soccer game, but I think the World Cup vibe's probably crazy.
Oh yeah.
Especially in the U.S. Like I said, 4 years ago, it was really tarnished being in Qatar. Nothing against that area, maybe. But what I'm getting at is like the world, like soccer is such like I'm not gonna say a party sport. So many of the countries involved in soccer though are big party people, and you can't have them drink at the stadium and all that stuff. Like people were getting drunk at the hotel, then going to the games. It wasn't the same. Like we talked about this in the story yesterday, where the freaking Scots outdrank Sam Adams, and they had to get like an emergency. They brought it in from like other
Yeah.
locations to like restock. They drank them out of like the Sam Adams lager.
Yeah.
That's just gone.
Which like shouldn't be possible.
Yeah, and it's, I mean, you know that you're gonna have the UK and Scotland. Is Ireland in? They probably
I
are they
don't
good
know.
at soccer. I don't know. It's all the same to me. The UK should just be one team, right?
Well, I don't know geography.
We're dumb
We're showing our weaknesses today because
parents.
we're humble.
If you're listening, first off, don't smoke cigarettes. Also,
Why are you telling the parents what to do?
don't smoke cigarettes.
Don't touch me.
Um, but also, if we're not talking about cards, it might not be true.
Yeah.
It might be off. It might be adjacent to the truth.
Yes.
But if we're talking cards in the card industry, in the hobby, you can trust we're probably pretty accurate on it. But if it's involving anything else, it's highly likely that we don't know what the hell we're talking about. Soccer is part of it. We don't really
Yes.
know what we're talking
We're
about.
getting there though. So the Scots drank Boston Dry.
And then they said all that was left was like Miller Lite, and they were like, or Bud Light, and they were disgusted. And I'm like, all right. I mean, like I'm not gonna like light beer. It's not like it's like that good, but like I can drink it and have fun. So it's like, I mean, what are they gonna do? Just not drink? So I would like to know what their choice was after that. Apparently, there was like a German beer that ran out too, at those Boston, like some of the bars in that area, and that company also had to make like emergency deliveries.
There was a liquor store in Boston that it was like some guy's family name or something like that, liquors. And all the Scottish people were just going taking pictures in front of it because whatever the guy's family name is or the first part of the name of the store in Scotland just means shit.
So it's like a shit liquor store.
It's just shit liquors.
Were they buying stuff? You think? Were they going
Yeah,
in and buying like
they were.
Macallan?
Like they interviewed the guy who owned it. And he was like, "I don't care. Tell everybody to come down."
Yeah, it's like come buy a bottle, I'll sign it. Shit bourbon, shit. No, they don't like bourbon over there. They just like
Whiskey.
Scotch and stuff. I don't know though.
I don't. Okay,
Once again, I
let's
don't
go
know.
back to stuff we know.
So we can. I did write down a note of. It's becoming so frustrating to me as a collector, and I know that there are other people who have this feeling too. And it also there is a complete other side of it of this conversation as well that we'll talk about. But people pulling Grail level cards and just underselling them to just do it. Like I don't understand it. Like there was I personally missed out on a bunch of Gunther cards recently, so I'm like real sour on the situation. But it's like it's so hard to pull big cards. You finally pull a big card and you just sell it for like if you do any research, you're realizing you're selling it like way too cheap. And the collector in me, sure, I'd love to get the card way cheaper. But the thing is, if you do list a card way too cheap, it's going to get sniped by someone who's just going to resell it anyway. So you might as well, like, I think if you pull a big one of one and you have an agreement with people, like, okay, hypothetically, this card's worth $2,000, list it for 5K, accept offers, and then reassess after it's been listed for a little bit. Like, don't just, I mean, this one card, the buy now got hit in 3 minutes. But even I missed out on another one recently. It was up for less than an hour. The card was listed for 1,100. The guy took a $700 offer within an hour. It's like, wouldn't you? I don't know. I guess it's just me. Like, I'd let it breathe for at least a little bit.
Yeah, just I mean, like you said, do your research. It's not like, oh, you're the first one listing a product or like a hit from a product that just came out and you undersell it because people think the market's going to be higher. No, this is stuff with established markets. Just do a little bit of research. Also, this goes for the opposite end of don't be an asshole and hold cards hostage.
Correct.
Their card, their price. Dang.
But like I said, like if you list it for, let's say, hypothetically double value, and it does sit for a little bit, then you can start to pull back on the price. It's like, okay, if the card's been up for 3 weeks and you don't have an offer anywhere near to your asking price, then you start to lower it. But you can't go the other way around. Like once you sell the card, it's gone. Or what we learned is some people just cancel transactions and just resell it again for a higher price, which is also a dirty move.
Yes.
Um, Me and Nate were I made a very simple post in a Facebook group just saying like, hey, if you got this card, I am interested in it for higher than you paid for it. Um, Maybe you could sell it to me and you could make some money on it. Or if you're a collector, clearly you're going to just keep the card. But you can't, like I said, you can by canceling it. But it's better to overprice the card on the front end and pull back off of it to get to what that actual market price is.
If you're truly not sure, and it is a big card, just auction it, let it go.
And there's banter on that too with collectors because there are people who just purposely shill cards for no reason. The WWE community especially has there's a guy who just keeps
A
creating.
shipbird.
He keeps creating accounts. He'll bid cards to the moon and just try to find the high bids and stuff, and he'll just win the cards and then they'll cancel them. I mean, there's some one of ones that have been run 3, 4, 5 times because this guy keeps winning them. Then, of course, that account is blocked. He makes a new account, which eBay, I don't know how they do this with VPNs, but there has to be a way for them to just like block people from making new accounts, and it's tough if you don't have like a fixed IP address, but or eBay could just say like you can't use a VPN on our site, and also you can only have one account tied to a specific IP address. Which then I know you have this thing where people would have maybe different kinds of like eBay
Yeah.
stores or something, but there has to be something. I know that eBay has started to give information towards like moving towards a like you have to have financing attached to the transaction so that when you win this item it is coming out of your account. Which then we know on our e-commerce side that people can just contact their bank and say it's fraud, and they basically say screw you to whoever the seller is. And
Or you link it to a random account that like automatic, like you keep $10 in there, so all these transactions just get automatically declined.
like you get like a kind of like a almost like you put like a prepaid credit card or something on file. Yeah, there. I mean, scammers are gonna scam. But my original thought isn't. It's nothing to do with scamming. It's more like I am trying to help educate everyone. It's like if you get a Grail level card, take your time with it. There are so many collectors that they hit this big card and they just flip it as quick as possible to like recoup the money, and it's like, okay, I get it. Like, or maybe hey, you pull a card and your buddy wants it and you don't really care. It's like whatever they feel is the fair price. But if it's not something you're collecting, not something that you know an immediate collector for that you can reach out to, there is no harm in overpricing it on the front end. Like another Gunther went up last night, and me and Nate were even talking. We're like the pendulum swing of someone drastically underselling a card, and then the next card got listed for like honestly 4 to 5x what it's worth because of the condition of it. It was another Gunther got listed for $10,000, and it has a smudge signature, and it's cosmic, and there's no inscription, and it like there's no card of his that has ever sold any like close to that. So I think Gunther's highest ever sale publicly is $5,000, and I don't agree with the sale at all. It was a Cactus Jack 101 inscribed that went for $5K.
Gross.
I did talk to the guy. I know the guy who has it now. He truly paid for it. He loves the card. That's great. I still think it's more than the card is worth. I think I was bidding on that card. I think I bid like 2, maybe. And even then, I was like, I don't know. I don't really know if I want this card.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that I like inscriptions. But that side of the market is also getting flooded where almost all these 101s are getting inscriptions now. And when Panini was running WWE,
There were no inscriptions.
the
Outside
very
of-
end products, like the very like last year of
Impeccable,
Immaculate, and
NT.
yes, those had some, but the first 2 years that they had licensing, there was nothing inscribed. Other than probably Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens loves an inscription. I don't know if you follow.
I
them
don't
at
think he
all.
did it much with
No, I
Panini.
don't think he
though.
did either. I think he
He
just
went,
did his sloppy
he went
KO.
ham on
Dude,
his Topps Chrome.
What's funny to me is he'll write like 9 words on a card, and then his autograph will be so tiny in like a random corner of the card. We're like, Kevin, can there be any like in between here where you do the inscription and also center your autograph on the
No.
card? Kofi was always a nutcase with his. He would draw all kinds of pictures,
Yeah.
including the corners of the card, and it's like Kofi's like, I don't care if your card doesn't grade well. I'm gonna just draw over this card. Ironically, I bid on a Kofi Kingston Cactus Jack Super. It had like multiple doodles on it and inscriptions. It was very cool. He took his time with his signing, which I think if I ever won a contest or something and I got into like Allen and Ginter, I would 100% leave some fun.
Oh, yeah.
Like once, like what is like? Let's say you were in Ginter, you have your base autographs, and then you have your red inks or whatever. Let's say you're signing 250 blue ink, 10 red ink. Are you inscribing any of the blues? Like, is there a
Some of
certain
the
one?
blues, I'm definitely drawing a mustache and monocle on myself for some of
And are
them.
you, so that's gonna be a one of one. That you're gonna do one of those.
Yeah.
Is there a phrase you would love to put on one?
Um,
Cheerio.
I wish you could write out Jinter.
J I
Yeah,
N
Jinter.
Allen and
Alan
Ginters.
Jinter.
Ginters. Bauman.
Because they wouldn't give me a Bauman.
You could literally write that whole phrase on that. Be like,
Yeah.
Allen and Ginters.
Because they
Bauman.
couldn't give me a Bauwman.
Yeah. Would you do something special with like each red ink? Because Kevin Owens goes crazy. He inscribes
probably
tons of
not.
his. Okay. I remember they used to auction off the rights to get into Ginter. And they would do it, I think, at the Transcendent Party. They would do like a silent auction, like, hey, highest bidder this year, this is bidding for an Allen and Ginter card. And I think some of the years it only went for like 10 grand, 15 grand or something. If I could go back and like
Yeah.
have the store like invest in us getting Ginter cards, that'd be great. Like it's one of my favorite sets. The mini framed autographs. So I would really, really, really love it.
Man, somebody just ducked Paul's Jeep. Somebody was in a Jeep.
Ironically, the same Jeep Nate was driving.
Yeah, same color,
2
model,
weeks ago.
everything. And before leaving the parking lot, they got out of their car and left a duck on Paul's door handle. Because Paul, who owns the hair salon, drives a Jeep.
And now Nate's gonna steal it, like the Declaration of Independence.
Man, we just witnessed a live ducking.
Is that supposed to be a very private thing? Like, is it no one's supposed to know?
I don't know.
You're a Jeep guy. What's the protocol?
No, I'm a Jeep guy in recovery.
Yeah, Nate. I still think you liked it. You took it on a road trip.
Not by choice.
You still took it on a road trip.
To a funeral.
Yeah, you got Wawa in it.
Yeah.
Is that the Jeep officially got? Let's talk about gas stations for a second here.
Delco baptized.
Yeah, so there's obviously Pennsylvania. There's a big split between Wawa and Sheetz.
I love Sheets. Wawa beats the piss out of them.
Value wise, that's what I'm saying. Like value wise, for sure. You said Wawa used to be better on the quality of food in the menu. You said it did change a little bit.
It did, but it's back to being very, very good.
Is Wawa franchised or is it all company owned? I wonder.
I don't know.
Because I think Sheetz owns all of theirs. I don't know that Gecko. I don't know if like Giant Eagle sold Gecko.
Yes.
And Gecko's also inferior. It's just like weirder there. Like it's
Gecko is like a Royal Farms type
yeah, like
thing where it's like it's up there, but it's not in the best category.
my issue with Gecko is they do so much less volume than Sheetz, yet they're still so slow. Like
Yeah.
you'll go do MTO and it takes 15 minutes, 20 minutes or something sometimes, and you're like, Sheetz will have 30 the amount of times people like in there and still they pump stuff out usually pretty quick, but Sheetz prices have just got so crazy.
It's insane.
Like crazy.
No, like that was one thing that I pointed out when I came back. If you get any size coffee, a breakfast sandwich, and a hash brown from Wawa, it's $5. If you get that at Sheets, you're looking at least 10.
Have you been to a Buc-ee's yet?
No,
You would like it. It's
probably.
I think their large fountain drink is 69 cents or something.
Nice.
Yeah. Everything's cheap there. It's very affordable. And I still, every time I've ever been to a Bucky's, I've spent at least $60 because they have so much shit there. They got so much cool stuff. Um, I want Western PA or Eastern Ohio got one because remember the guy they proposed to his girlfriend
Yes.
there. That was like 6 months ago. Somewhere in Ohio got one, and he proposed to his girlfriend
Guy
at the grand
from
opening.
Pittsburgh.
On the grand opening, proposed to his girlfriend at a Bucky's. It's not probably like if we look back, it may it may not be. It may have been the turning point in their relationship to where it's like, yeah, you proposed to me at a gas station.
It's true love. Maybe it was her idea to go. Anyways, what were we talking about before gas stations?
Just people underselling cards. That
Yeah.
was one of them. Another note I have is just social media groups in general. On the obviously every category, there's gonna be trolls and all this kind of stuff. But like the sports card category is the only one I really pay attention to on there group wise. And
If you post anonymously in groups, you're a pussy.
oh my god, I hate it. I'm in like a lot of like the around.
Say it with your chest.
Yeah, I'm in with all the, and they're always like the most like sassy things ever, and it's like, just say it. Like it's never something that they'd have to worry about like losing their job over. It'll be like, hey, if you're gonna park on the street, do it on this side of the road because I can't get my fat dog past it or something. It's like, okay, just say it, Susan. Like you don't have to like be like.
I had a disagreement yesterday with somebody who like their anonymous name was something something rabbit, and I asked them. I told Chad this is one of my favorite deep cuts I've ever done. When I was done arguing with them and proving them wrong, I asked them, "Did Lenny squeeze you too hard?" Just a deep cut. Look at the rabbits, George.
Yeah. Yeah, Nate likes it though. Nate likes fighting with people. He would prefer you are not posting anonymously because he will 100% go into your profile and look for bait to.
Now I have
You
if
have.
things have gotten very heated.
This one was so silly too. You were just having fun. It was you making fun of Craig Griffey, right? Was it the Griffey
Yeah.
one? Like, you can you can say
Like
what the
I made a
was.
post. There is a old Upper Deck card from the '90s that has Ken Griffey Sr., Ken Griffey Jr., and Craig Griffey on it. And I just posted a picture of the card in the group and said, if I ever feel like an embarrassment to my family, at least
Oh, how about Craig?
I'm not Craig Griffey. Just lighthearted fun. Okay, I get it. It's mean. But I have a bunch of these people crying at me like, "Oh, you could never." I'm like, "Yeah, no,
No shit. He's still a Major League Baseball player. I get it. Like,
no, minor league. He never
well,
made it to the majors."
he was in a system.
Yes,
Professional.
he made it to AAA,
Yes.
which is very good. And for all the people complaining and saying I was mean, I pulled out the Brian Scalabrine line to all of them and saying, "Hey, yeah, Craig is closer to Junior than I will ever be to Craig."
Also, you still bought the card. Like, you appreciate the card. You're like, this card doesn't exist without Craig, too. Like,
Yeah.
so, like, you're not like, he is terrible. Like, that's one of my biggest pet peeves. When you're at, like, a bar or you overhear someone's hand, like, oh, he sucks. It's like, no, he doesn't.
Yeah.
Comparatively within the league, if you're going to, sure, he's towards the bottom end of the league. But if you're, like, on a professional baseball roster, you're clearly really good at baseball. You're just not as good as the other guys.
That's like what I was arguing the whatever anonymous rabbit guy. He was saying Bill Ripken was a nepo baby.
Yeah,
I'm like, are you? I said he had a 12-year career for four different teams.
it's crazy.
I understand if maybe the Orioles like gave him a shot and brought him up just to sell tickets and he played, 20 games for them. No, he had a 12-year career in the major leagues.
It's just like there's certain families where it's just like one player overshadows the other one, so you think they suck. Like obviously Cal is so good that like Billy seems like dog shit, but like being a 12-year MLB player is a crazy
Plus,
accomplishment.
Billy's on the MLB now.
I love how the guy was like, "Yep, show his accomplishments," and you're like, "Yeah,
A 12-year major league career.
Like-
I'm not talking about a minor league journeyman, which even that's impressive in its own right.
And they'll have him on like MLB Central, and like Billy's like extremely good at like analyzing baseball. Like he is very good. It was not nepotism. The dude's
Like Billy has
good.
made a career. It's not like Cal was on TV and now Billy is. No, Cal didn't even go on TV. People wanted Billy.
Yeah, Billy's very good. He's so good at breaking down just like little things. Like if you're not super in the know on how things work, like he's very good at it. Um, and that's fine. Like I said, I've never seen Craig Griffey like oh my, that guy's scared
Jump
me.
scare.
Um, yeah,
There's somebody outside spraying for weeds.
yeah, something. Oh, wow, he is really soaking the parking lot. Um, I
Maybe he's Mormon.
I don't know. But that's I think like some of this stuff is also super sensitive on the family side because it is so rare that a player does as good as the original player. Like there aren't many. Like Barry Bonds, Griffey, Cal. Because wait, did Cal Ripken's dad play? He coached.
I don't know.
I don't know, but there's not many. There have been recently some like the that weird like '90s
Yeah,
late
the trio for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, you got like Bichette. Well, Gavin Biggio wasn't as good as Craig, obviously.
No.
But like Acuna is better than his dad. Tatis is better than his dad. Bobby Witt's gonna
Bobby
be better
Witt.
than his dad.
He already is.
Bo Bichette get better than Dante. I don't know like how that's gonna play out. Bo's like
I think career, I'll still take Dante, but we'll see how it plays out.
I can't wait for is Vladdy Senior's youngest kid Vlad like up like doing
I
anything
don't know.
yet? Because that kid, like, I think he was going to be good too. But yeah, there's like so many of those '90s and early 2000s players whose kids are playing. There was one the other that we learned about recently that we're like, oh no, we're so old. We're
I think it was Ryan Klesko's kid,
no, there was another
Eric
one.
Karros,
There was another one even.
Griffin Canine, Jeff Conine's kid.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't. We're gonna be getting real bad at a certain point because like David Ortiz is gonna have a kid who plays. There's gonna be some
Oh,
pretty soon. Does
Already,
he?
yeah. Same with Manny.
Manny Ramirez.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say Manny Machado. And I was like, it's probably not that far off because he's 15 years now or something. Yeah. There's It doesn't really work. There haven't been like a ton of basketball ones. You obviously got Steph like absolutely destroying what Del Curry was doing. Del was good. It doesn't happen very often. Obviously, Bronny James is not going to surpass LeBron.
Yeah.
Who knows about Bryce? But no, it's not. Also not. I know Michael Jordan's kid was not good. Which is funny because he was not Michael Jordan, right?
No, I don't think so.
That other Michael Jordan from the late '90s has no relation to the Michael Jordan. But no, just to circle back, like these social media groups, specifically cards. It's just like you're dealing. You have to separate yourself sometimes and realize like I'm not arguing with a logical person. Maybe this person doesn't interact with anyone in person, and they have no logical conversations, and all of their conversations happen in these groups. And then like I always think about that on like if I message someone on eBay and someone's being ridiculous and stuff, I try to think like if this person was like, with me in the same room, would I even remotely be on the same wavelength of intelligence with them? Like, do they? You know what I'm saying? Like it's. Yeah. They could be like the dumbest person. And when you're reading some messages on there, you're like, this must be the dumbest guy of all time. And then if you actually met them in person, you would be like, oh, that's why this is not connecting at all. Like when you have to really explain something, you're like, how are you not getting this? And then if you did have the chance to work with them in person, you would be like, okay, this totally makes sense. Maybe you look at the address and you're like, oh, you're in like rural Alabama.
Roll Tide.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Did you have any notes today?
No, I thought we were going to talk about the youth.
Yeah, we can talk about the youth. Talk about it.
Fuck them kids.
sorry, Jimmy and Gavin. No, we've kind of touched base on this a little bit in previous talks, but we are very
frustrated.
Yeah, no, I wasn't even going that route. I'm gonna say like we're really exposed to it because we do so much volume in the store and stuff, but. I think that we notice this in cards, but it's probably like if you talk to teachers, it's probably like extremely common. Like teachers who have been teaching for 25, 30 years. Like I bet you they've seen the switch. A lot of these kids that are of age that have always been around with just like online conversations probably and just in general the social media era.
Yeah.
they're really bad at,
Interpersonal communication.
yes. And like they're I don't know that these kids go in with like the intention on not respecting people and just being kind of rude. I think like some of them, it's truly they have very few reps, and I mean, obviously, like a lot of these kids that were like coming into adolescence during COVID and stuff that were like on screen, and I'm sure, like I said, teachers probably have had like the biggest brunt of this, and they're probably like, if we brought a teacher on here, they'd be like, these kids are assholes today. And I don't know that they all, like, there's so many kids that were brought up well that like I think there's just like a disconnect on very simple, um there's like a set of like certain things you do when you talk to someone, and it's like it's not even like eye contact and that stuff, it's more like how you approach the initial conversation. We've talked about it before, like if we're at a show and they just slam their Zion case on your case, is like buying, it's like you said one word, it was aggressive.
Like, yeah, and a lot of the kids don't take no for an answer.
My favorite
Like,
one
oh,
is,
are you guys buying? No, not right now. Okay, well, what about these?
or
No.
or it's like, hey, you buying these, you interested in buying these, and you're like, no. I'm like, all right, well, I'll trade them to you. It's like it's the same
Just the
concept.
the comprehension. There's also a lot of kids where, and there's a lot of adults that do this too.
Hmm.
But you'll say, "Oh, right now we're looking for vintage stuff, whatever." And they say, "Okay, I don't have that, but I have this." And then show you something that you said you're not interested in.
It would be like, yeah, like I'm looking for like vintage baseball Hall of Famers. And like, yeah, but how about a Rui Hachimura? What?
How about a Penny Hardaway?
I think we actually have been offered after we did do that. I think a Rui like legitimately was offered to us one time. Um, and like me and Nate, but we get it, man. Like there are a large variety of kids that social interaction is definitely not the top of their list,
Yeah,
which that's
and
fine.
and like I completely understand that of all people, for sure. As you know, I've publicly said I have had issues with social interactions in the past. Just growing up undiagnosed, but eventually being diagnosed a couple years ago with autism spectrum disorder, level one. So that's what people would have called Asperger's or
Maybe
just
one,
high functioning.
maybe one day you'll get to a higher level. I mean,
No,
we all start at
I
the
hope
bottom.
not.
We all start at the bottom someday.
But like I get the awkwardness and weirdness of social interaction, but like a lot of this is not that. It's more so manners.
Mm-hmm. And
Which we sound like old men saying,
mm-hmm.
"Oh, kids today don't have manners." But they don't.
No, and like I mean,
Some of them do.
yeah, and like the thing is, like a lot of this could be very easily learned. Um, but like the thing is, you definitely and we're not saying none of these conversations come from like a place of malice of us. Like we truly want to help and educate and get like especially this younger crop of kids to the next level of enjoying this hobby, and you're not going to have the interactions you want with dealers and in other collectors if you don't get like, first impressions are such a big thing. Like there are people that still come into this day to the shop that like I'm still going to be courteous to them. I am still going to help them as much as I can, but deep down I know that they have been rude to me. So it's like that I'm never going to forget that aspect of it. And I would say some people, yeah, maybe it could change. Like there's definitely people who like I was like friends with online first and like I thought like maybe like all right, you're kind of a jerk or something.
Yeah.
And I learned to warm up to them. There's also people who I'm friends with in person who, if I had met them online, I wouldn't like them.
Yeah.
Like there are certain people that like just the way they approach things. But then like after you like meet them in person, you're like, no, this is just a very direct person. They like to be like it comes off as being like a jerk. There's a certain guy on Twitter. Me and Nate both know him. I would have to jog Nate's memory, but if you just saw his interactions on Twitter, you'd be like, he's an asshole. But like if you've met him in person, you had a conversation, you're like, no, he's just like very like to the point, direct, likes to just be like, this is it. Like,
Yeah.
there's not a whole lot of interaction. Like, it's very cut and dry. I want your card. Here is what I'm offering. It's
Hmm.
There's not like conversation within it.
Yeah.
Um,
And I know we've talked on this in the past. Like, we will also, like, if we have the time, we will teach people, like it's not even like the actual interactions. It's like we've said in the past, kids will say, okay, well, the last comp
mhm.
did this. Well, that's when we turn it into a teaching moment and show them, okay, that one sold for that, but then two other ones sold on the same day for this. And we show them just kind of how people in the industry like really talk rather than just these like short videos where everything is just defined and definite one thing. There's no gray area.
And the way I would extend off of what Nate just said is like, okay, let's say you're looking to buy a card and it is mid 2026 right now. And the last comp was the end of 2025 before a season happened. You could say, hey, last comp of this exact card did this. Since then, a similar version of this card or whatnot did this. So in my head, I value it at X based off of this. It's never as simple as cut and dry. If a comp is 6 months, a year old, it's probably no longer going to be selling for that exact price. Could be up, could be down. But if you know deep down, like if you're trying to use the last comp thing to get yourself a better deal, you're in the wrong. Let's say there's a card that sold for 250 a year ago, and it hasn't sold, but there is a different numbering version of that card that has sold recently. Use that as a baseline. Okay, the version that last sold was out of 25 for 250 bucks. I'm trying to buy this out of 10. In the last comp of the out of 10 was also a similar price, but since then a higher numbered version has sold for X. You can use it as like some sort of a multiplier, and it's not as simple as, oh, it's numbered out of 50 and I want the out of 25, it's worth double. It doesn't work like that. But you could then go off of like, all right, let's say you're looking at a Topps Chrome Red Refractor that hasn't sold. Okay, what is a Bowman Chrome Red Refractor? What has the Topps Chrome Orange sold for? Like, what are some of these other things that you could start to piece together a conversation with the person versus just being like, you're dumb, you're asking 400 on this card. Last time it sold was 200. Like, ask their reasoning. Why you could say like, hey, I'm interested in this card. What how did you get to the $400 valuation? And maybe they'll tell you, be like, well, the insert version sold for X. If you go back for the last year, the insert version sells for half of what the true version sells for. The insert version recently sold for this. That's why I'm double that on the true. There are many different ways you can approach this. And honestly, there's people who, the problem is that there's people who are very successful in the industry who don't do it the right way,
No.
who just are jerks. And that isn't really good for.
And then we just see a lot of them make videos and things like this, and then uh, that's how the youth of the nation gets their
POD was
stuff.
so far ahead of their. Um, yeah, and like I don't think that me and Nate are gonna be fixing the world here. But if we can help at least a few kids here that can maybe like their friends, like they help their friends, then and it will trickle down and help. So I don't think we're gonna make any big splash in the pond here. I think maybe we'll get a little ripple here that maybe honestly, if we could just affect our local ecosystem at this ecosystem,
Equal.
E. coli
It's better
system,
than fecal system.
if we could just like make it better for our immediate area, that's a win. I want to see these kids succeed. Like I want to see these kids do what I was doing as a kid, and like maybe they can make some extra cash in this. Like that's fine. It's just it all comes down to show respect for people. Like I said, if you're planning on going to the national this summer, and I talked about this previously in a another one where we were talking about just how you treat dealers and everything. If you are interested in a card, it can sometimes do you wonders to start a conversation with the dealer prior to you even asking about the card you want. Point out a card that's cool that you're not interested in, that you can tell that the person has pride in. Maybe buy some other things at full sticker first and be like, okay, let's say there's a $45 card the guy got priced at $50. Pay him the $50. That little thing gets your foot in the door, and they know you're not just kicking tires and wasting their time. Especially these older dealers. If you get up to a dealer who, which it's crazy to think that like I'm not that far away from this, but like let's say they're in their mid 40s or older, and they that they've been doing it for a while, they want to not feel stupid. And when you immediately tell them they're wrong on the front end on their pricing, that is a terrible way to start a relationship. By immediately telling someone, hey, you're wrong, but also, I'd like a deal on this card. Don't do it that way. Like I said, get a rapport. Maybe you come back to their table. Maybe you start a conversation, buy a cheap card, come back and be like, hey, I was looking at this card before. You got it at $400. Like, do you have any wiggle room on it? Like I said, especially like, I mean, don't use this line if it's not true, but like if it is like a card for your collection, and it's like a big PC thing, maybe share your collection with them. Be like, hey, I'm building up this rainbow. Like, I need this card. And you do have some dealers who would just be assholes and like be like, well, I got you then. Like, you need this card. But I don't know. I like to see the good in people. So I'd probably be like, maybe this adds another connection. Maybe they start to feel like, oh, okay, I want this person to have this card. Maybe I'm willing to take less on it. And I've also talked about this at nauseum. Don't be afraid to set a new market on a card. Like, just because a card's last sold for 250 and it's 400 now, like, don't be afraid to be the guy who spent 400.
And I would spend 400 more.
Yeah. Um, um, I know me and Nate have a friend. Not gonna call him out just because they like privacy, but they bought a card last year for probably a new comp, and they sold it recently for quite a bit more than that new comp. So don't be afraid to be the person who tries to move a certain market. I mean, I did it by accident with my own collecting, and I'm mad at myself for even ever talking about what I was collecting. With Gunther, like I'm never gonna get a good deal on a card again. This is not gonna happen. So I'm probably, like I said, I've struck out a lot recently, just because I'm not willing to go to the next level. I'll let these other guys go crazy with it, but don't be afraid to quote unquote overpay. And it's not an overpay. Nothing's an overpay until you sell the card for a loss. That wouldn't make sense. Like if you pay $400 for a card that's worth 300 now, you didn't overpay yet. If you sell the card then for a loss, sure, you overpaid. But who knows? If you hold the card for 6 months, 8 months, a year, maybe it's 600 now. But like I said, I know me and Nate are very we are very appreciative to people who it's more than a transaction and not just this very quick, rude, are you buying? Not even, these kids don't even say, are you buying sometimes. It's just buying.
Yeah, it's just
it's really hard. So if you are a parent listening, these are conversations that you're going to have a lot more time to discuss the nuances with your kids. If you're a kid who is listening and you truly want to get better at negotiating, better at buying cards, and better at understanding the industry, we are more than happy to talk to you in person. Come in the shop. We can show you our like tricks that we have. That me and Nate are not going to start selling what do these people do?
a class.
Yeah, we're not selling a class. We're not going to do master class buying sports cards or something.
We would
time.
have to get hair plugs first.
Ooh, shots fired. We can just wear a bandana for a while.
Oh yeah, cool.
Cool guy. But yeah, so like I said, this all comes from love of the hobby, not us attacking. And trust me, we say the youth just because I think we can get through to you better. There are plenty of adults who are just terrible at this. But like, what are we going to do? Change a 50-year-old's mind on something? It's not going to happen. Especially since we would be technically the young buck to them who they don't want to listen to. So, like I said, if you're a parent or a kid and you want to learn more, absolutely feel free to reach out to us.